This is a huge article up on Infowars.com. Cop handcuffs firefighter for trying to protect crash victim. That was like the footage that came out last month in England of the car overturned in the water, and the cop won't help as 5 bystanders try to get the woman out who still died, who was upside down in the water begging for help, thrashing around, caught in the vehicle. And again, I've seen the footage. The firefighter's vehicle is not blocking the road, and he's going down to try to save the person who's pinned in the vehicle upside down in the gully. And the cop comes over and says, "Move your truck." And the firefighter says, "No." And so he arrests him. And then that reminded me of this viral video that came out in 2009. Troopers suspended for 5 days for scuffle with paramedic. I love how they call it a scuffle. You've got on a rural 2-lane road, the state police fly up behind an ambulance that has his lights on with a person who turned out having a heart attack on board. The guy gets out and goes, "Look, this person's having a heart attack. What is your problem?" So they assault him, and then they call it a scuffle as they choke the guy. The whole point is that they pull the ambulance over. It's one state police guy. Then more arrive minutes later as the driver says, "Look, just please let us get on the way. This person's having a heart attack." This is all on video. It's like 20 minutes of it total. And finally, more troopers arrive, and the paramedic in the back with the lady having the heart attack gets out and goes, "What in the world is going on here? You said you had to get somewhere so quick and we wouldn't pull over when there's no shoulder." They don't even let him say that. Bam, start choking him. Then they go, "Don't resist." And he's just standing there going, "I'm not. I don't think I can control myself." These are people who believe they're God and believe everything is about them. And I'm not saying the average cops are like this, but you're seeing this more and more where you'll have a news crew, 80 yards away videotaping some wreck, not blocking traffic, and the cop comes over and goes, "Leave." And they go, "No, we're news." And they go, "Leave." "Well, all right." Guy turns around, "No, I'm going to arrest you and the camera guy." It's craziness. I mean, let me tell you something. I've been in an ambulance before, hurt, and wanting to get to the hospital. And I mean, I would get really mad if I was in the back of an ambulance having a heart attack and they've got me on the side of the road for 15, 20 minutes because I mean, he runs up on the end of this ambulance and there's a gully in the side of the road. The ambulance can't pull over. The cop car can go around him, doesn't, pulls him over, and then just keeps him there while somebody's having a heart attack in the back of the ambulance. This is crazy land. The ambulance on the 2-lane road is waving the cop around him. He pulls him over and says, "I don't like those hand gestures." You can see it all in the squad car video. And I can't believe how calm the ambulance driver and the paramedic are. The paramedic says, "Don't talk to my driver like that." And he goes, "You get your bleep back in that vehicle right now." And then it just goes on and on and on, and them justifying it while the woman's having a heart attack in the back. I mean, it's crazy. And if that woman would have died, they would have said she had a pre-existing condition, had nothing to do with us stopping. And I mean, it's crazy town. Absolute crazy town. And it means we live in an authoritarian country where they do proctology exams on the side of the highway. They take money out of people's wallets now, even $1,000, and say, "Prove it isn't for drugs." I mean, it is nuts. It is crazy. It is un-American by any stretch of the imagination. It's authoritarianism. Let's go to this CBS News report out of California. It's up on Infowars.com. Here it is. The issue here is the fire department knows what they're doing. You've got a 3-lane highway right there, and you've got a tiny shoulder. So for everyone's safety, they park the fire truck on the shoulder and then out into 1 lane. And most police departments do the same thing so people don't get run over. You've got a flipped over car there. There's cops, it looks like, on Infowars.com going, "I'm sick of these firefighters. I'm glad they arrested him. You're not supposed to block a lane of the road. We want the road open." This is insane. But they are trying to warp them and turn them into mindless enforcers so that they will follow any order. It's like zero tolerance where a kid has a cupcake that looks like a gun. The icing looks like a gun, so you're kicked out of school. Or, You bring a Lego gun that's a ½ inch long, for your Lego toy, or it's in your lunchbox, and the police come. It's all about just mindlessness. Or the neighbors, you're shooting a gun on your 200-acre ranchette, and the neighbor doesn't like it and calls the police, and they still come out and still arrest you. That happens in Texas all the time. Well, they felt threatened, hearing the gunshots. Sorry, you're going to jail. That is happening all the time. And that's why they have, quote, zero tolerance, is so that the police have no discretion. And then they can have whatever federal edict they want roll down to the local department with federal grants, and now the police are robots. There's a war on the press everywhere. There's a war on people filming in public, and we're sick of it. It's like the NSA in San Antonio or in Salt Lake City with my reporters going, what are you doing filming the facility? Well, we're here to draw attention to it and cover it. We're with Infowars.com. Yeah, we know who you are. You can't film us. Oh, really? You can steal all my data publicly and get caught and not get in trouble? But we're not supposed to aim a camera at your front gate? Well, you could be a terrorist. Oh, you mean like the terrorist the government publicly runs? It's all a hoax. It's all a power grab. It's all a Rand Corporation plan. Go read the Civilian Inmate Labor Camp Program. Go read the Emergency Centers Establishment Act. Go read the National Police Stabilization Force. Go read it. Go read it. Go read it. Go read it. Go read how they put the poison in the water to brain damage you by the White House Science Czar, Cass Sunstein. Just type in White House Science Czar, poison in the water. It'll be his book. He's proud of it. He told you what he's doing. That's why I get so angry and frustrated. I know the plan. I know I'm right. I know where we're going. And they're using the American people's goodwill to sell this evil. By the way, I'm going to start the next hour, cover a bunch of news, economic news, world news, the good news, the bad news, the ugly news. I didn't mean to go off on a jag about arresting firefighters. It's just total insanity. And them choking that paramedic and then telling him not to resist as he's just going, come on, man. All because he dared to go, come on, let us get on down the road. Woman's having a heart attack. You respect my authority, boy. That's crazy land. My friends, Alex Jones here to tell you about some of the most important information concerning you and your family's health. Radiation levels have more than doubled in the last 60 years in the Northern Hemisphere from all of the nuclear testing and radiological accidents. Radioactive contamination is now in most of the food supply. There's only two ways to avoid this. Move south of the equator or properly protect your thyroid with nascent iodine. Looking to protect my family, I've done deep research. Nascent iodine is the purest, cleanest, absolute best form of iodine to protect yourself and your family. It's made right here in the USA, completely non-GMO. I searched out the best quality and now have developed a double-strength form of nascent iodine, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Nascent iodine is on record as one of the only safe ways to detox from fluoride poisoning. Survival Shield Nascent Iodine. Secure your super high-quality nascent iodine today at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com.